Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to do a used car inspection. This is part 3 in my video series that I'm doing regarding a used car inspection, and in this video I'll be going over what to look for or inspect when you're looking at the engine of a used vehicle. Now let's get right to it. As you can see right over here, this is the engine bay of this Mazda 3. Now I apologize about the bright light on this side and the darkness on this side, but this is pretty much as good as I could get it to be within the given lighting situation. So here are some of the things that you should be looking for with regards to the engine of a used car. First and foremost, you want to look for any cracked hoses. So you want to just really take a peek in there and look at all of the hoses. There are many hoses that are leading into various spots in the engine bay of a car. You want to look for any cracks. Now hoses are meant to be nice and durable and flexible. So if they're cracked, that means that there's a good chance that they're going to start leaking or they're already leaking. So you want to look through all of the hoses, okay, both the steel ones and the ones that are like sort of that rubbery substance, and you want to look for any cracks or anything of that sort. And we'll go over leaks in just a moment, but for now, you're looking at all of the hoses and you're looking for any cracks that you might see with regards to the hoses, okay? So that's the first thing. The next thing that you're going to look for are rust spots. So rust is going to occur on any part that is metal within the engine bay, okay? So you want to look for any metal parts within the engine bay and look for rust spots. Now, I would recommend looking over here, which is the housing that houses the piece that houses the suspension and the wheel and so forth, and those are metal parts, and you want to make sure you look along there, along the sides, and also along the wall back there that separates the engine bay from the actual interior of the car. All of this wall over there, you want to look over there and look for any rust spots. So just take a look at any metal parts that you see and look for any rust spots. Now rust obviously isn't a good thing, so you're hoping to see none. The next thing that you want to look for is sort of a DIY job gone wrong. Now I am a do-it-yourselfer, so if someone works on their car themselves and they do a good job, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But what I mean by a DIY job gone wrong is if you sort of see like some wires hanging out or hanging around that are not in a wire loom, or some fuses that are just lying around, or wires going to and from the fuse box that are just exposed. Also, you should be looking at the battery compartment and look at the battery to see if you see any wires coming from the battery, because chances are that the auto manufacturer would not connect any wires directly from the battery terminals, that you see any smaller wires other than the main electrical wires. So with that being said, you should just ask the owner what those wires are for. So you're looking for any DIY jobs gone wrong. And like I said, I'm a DIYer, so DIY is amazing as long as you do it the right way. The next thing that you want to do is start the engine and listen to it. So either you can get the car owner to start it for you, or you can bring a friend along to start it for you, and you want them to start the engine and listen for whether or not you hear any hesitation, whether or not you hear any squeaks, any squeals, any hums, anything that sounds wrong. That's what you want to listen for. So you want to start the engine and let it run for a couple of minutes, even 5 minutes, and just examine everything and listen for things. And also, with that being said, look for whether or not everything looks contained. So right now the car's off. If the engine was started, everything should look contained. You'll see the belt spinning over here. You'll see things moving and functioning, but everything should be contained. Nothing should be loose. Nothing should be moving around. Like I said, no wiring should be just hanging around there. Everything should be contained. And the next thing that you want to look at is the battery. So in this car right here, the battery is housed within this housing over here. And obviously, I would take this off, and what you want to do is look at the battery terminals and the battery posts, okay? So there's going to be two posts on the battery, and you want to look at those posts and you want to actually look for any corrosion or any rust or anything like that. So if you see the battery terminals and posts and you see some white stuff built up around it, then obviously that means that there's likely going to be some corrosion there, and it's going to have to be taken care of. Now, seeing corrosion around battery terminals isn't always a horrible thing. It can be something as simple as just a loose connection, but you do have to address it and know that it could possibly be an issue. And last but not least, what I want you to do is look for any leaks. Now, the best way to look for any leaks is to first and foremost look with the car being off. Look all around here. And then you want to actually get down on the ground and look under the car and see if you see anything leaking. okay? Then you want to start the engine, and you want to look once again all around here, and then get down on the ground and see if you see anything leaking. Now, if you do see a leak, once again, it doesn't mean that you can't buy the car. It just means that you have to look into it. So look at the color of the fluid and then do some research and figure out what's leaking, because it might be something very, very simple and easy to fix and replace, or it might be something that is a total game changer that will cause you to not buy the car. But the point is, you should know about it. If you see something that is wrong with the car, I'm not telling you can't buy the car or you shouldn't buy the car, but you should be aware of it. That's the key for these videos. I want you to just be fully aware of what you're getting yourself into. When you buy a used car, you should have as few surprises as possible, and that's the goal of these videos. And that's basically it. In this video, I have shown you how to do a used car inspection. This is part 3 of the series, which is with regards to the engine, looking at the engine of a used car. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other things to look for and listen for with regards to inspecting an engine of a used car? Let me know down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.